Good morning, Bits and Bob's channel. Or I guess afternoon or evening, depending on where you're at. It's another park day. Well, at least for a couple of hours before I get into the next uh, arduous day of programming and learning and prepping for a final or finals and certification tests. It's never ending. Always chasing my tail. So, but it's a beautiful day today out here. Got a little bit chilly last night, so it's maybe high 60s right now. Sunny, low humidity. Okay, so now you know all about the weather. So what are we going to do? Let's talk some more about what's going on. Just ramble a little bit today about current events. And we talked a little bit yesterday about Trump and the Supreme Court and all the stuff that he's going through. Today, let's concentrate on, it's just the current events. Aren't they weird right now? I mean, you've got the increasing of conflicts in the Middle East. You've got the nuts here protesting for Hamas, the quote Palestinians, the vocal minority, and then you've got the squad up in Washington D.C., the squad of nuts, wokadoodles, anti-Americans in Congress. What the hell? It's the problem with the House. Well, it's a problem with Congress in general right now. But the House is, the people's house, right? When it comes to the legislature, and it shows demographic-wise when you get infiltrated with nuts, in an area, it's bad. You look at this whole thing up in New York, or not New York, I'm sorry, in Michigan, in Detroit area, with the nut up there, Omar. Anyway, so yeah, the left is mad at Biden because Biden's supporting Israel. Well, sort of. It's funny we talk about that, talking about Congress and Israel and everything that's going on and support monies. This whole thing that the Congress is trying to put through, the House is putting through with Speaker Johnson. Man, what a turncoat he turned out to be. The handwriting was on the wall, wasn't it? If you're conservative. So now they're pushing for all of this, us to spend all this money, right? Outside of our thing. I mean, we're going to dump more money into Ukraine, which is, to be honest, is a losing proposition. I mean, Russia, they've got their war machine cranking now. I mean, they had some problems in the beginning, but it takes a long time for Russia to wake up, right? To get their gear going. I mean, their army now is stronger than it was when this whole invasion thing began a year ago. It's because they got vast resources throughout, but it takes time to move those resources around. All we've done is spend money and giving it to a government in Ukraine that is pilfering the money, and it's going to other things other than the effort and the people there. Sad, but that's us now. We just give our money away willy-nilly when there are things that need to be done here. Tired of being the policeman of the world. I mean, we can't afford to be the policeman of the world anymore. We need to pick our allies, our strategic allies at work. I mean, Russia's going to get emboldened. Russia can go after Poland. You know, or they have gone after Poland, excuse me. But they're going to start picking off other countries here pretty soon. And they're going to start restructuring. I mean, Putin is, you know, Putin is pretty evil, but Putin's shrewd too, and he knows how to do what he wants to do. And he's surrounded himself with the right people to support him, unfortunately. And we can't stop that. We can keep sending aid and monies to the Ukraine, and just with this open pocketbook. What good has it done? None, really. I mean, all that money, a lot of that money goes outside of the country. Zelensky and his crew are raping our treasury. Well, we're not raping it. I mean, we're giving it to them, right? You know, it's going to things other than the effort. Makes you wonder. I mean, when you start looking at things, we just don't. We don't put the strings attached that we need to put to aid. Don't mind helping somebody, but after a while, diminishing returns, right? You know, so they're going to try to get, you know, aid to that. You know, Taiwan. Israel. All of that, all this big thing they're trying to do. And rightfully so, there's quite a bit of pushback on this. You know, in this whole wealth transfer that's happening with this aid package, you know, Congress is putting in $300 million towards border security, which is great. I mean, can you believe Congress wants to put $300 million in for increasing border security? Well, that's not the whole story. The whole story is they want to give it to $300 million in border security monies to the Ukraine. Damn our borders that are porous as hell. You know, we got our own problems here. I mean, you know, Hezbollah is making inroads in Latin America. Hamas is making inroads into Latin America. China is getting ready to build a big place, you know, 200 miles off of our coast. 300 miles off of our coast. They're buying islands in the Caribbean. But yet we're going to send all this money outside of our out of our house, so to speak, when our house is in disarray. But that's okay. I guess that's what the way. I guess the powers will be wanted that way, right? Seems like it's the decline of our nation. Same thing's going on in other countries too. You know, sovereignty. It seems to be passé now. Evil seems to be in. People are. I don't know what's going to take to wake people up to this. I mean, really, you're going to send $300 million for border security to the Ukraine. We're sending. How much money are we sending in this package? We can't. Biden and his ilk won't allow us to do our job here. I mean, we have 3,000 border security people on the border patrol. Only half of them are patrolling. And boy, you know, $300 million sure could help them. It could bring people in, more border agents, more investigations, more, you know, funds to ship these people out of here. But we don't want to do that, do we? Let's just send it to Ukraine. Send it for their border security. What border security do they have? What will $300 million do for border security for them? That's money wasted. That's actually just a wealth. I mean, I'm sure that if you could track that money, it's going to go somewhere other than border security, right? Anyway, so that was interesting when I was doing some reading on that, where this money's going to, and then looking at what could that money, should we be using that money here in the U.S.? And that answer, obviously, to everybody is yeah, it should be staying here. $300 million for border security. I mean, Jesus Christ. All right. So anyway, what else is going on? Well, it looks like that nutcase Wolkadoodle put himself on fire yesterday or whatever at the Trump trial. Burned himself to death. Did anybody read his screed and his writings? It's on Substack. It's pretty easy to find. Another liberal nutcase. Makes you wonder how they get to that point in their life where they're that nutty. What was once the greatest country in the world. So there's that. I mean, come on. The Trump derangement syndrome is just amazing. This these quote anti-fascist nutcases. They don't know what a fascist is. They just spout words. They get brainwashed into some mindset. They don't think for themselves. They never have thought for themselves. They're millennials. And Gen Zers. And, these millennials, they're coming up. It's all about feelings, right? They don't live in the real world. It's what they want. And petulant. Never raised on video games. Raised on feelings. I mean, whose fault is that? Parents' fault? The school's fault? Society's fault? Anyway, so this guy was so upset. Wrote his little manifesto. Torched himself. Over Trump, I guess. And the down with the man. Let's just torture yourself. That's a really weird way to make a statement, isn't it? Go crazy. And you think you're moving your plan forward and your team forward. But catching yourself on fire. I mean, somebody tried to put him out, I guess. Put a fire extinguisher to him, but I guess he was. I don't know. I don't know if he was. I haven't watched the video, nor do I want to watch the video. I don't know if he's doused himself in kerosene or gasoline or something before, but it must have been really, really bad. He must have done something like that, because it shouldn't take that long to grab a fire extinguisher where he's at to put him out. So I guess the burns are really significant. Or there's other things going on in the system too. Just suppositions on my end, because I don't really care to look into it more other than what I see. Understand that all that video and everything's out on the internet. I don't know, people are attracted to that, watching that stuff, I guess. I've seen enough of it in my life. We see enough of it on TV, just from all the war footage and stuff that's going on, right? people burned and charred, and I don't need to watch some wackadoodle burn himself to death. Unless I hear it, I'll read what his screed was, but I certainly don't need to watch it. I mean, who puts that up on the internet anyway? I mean, I guess there's a place for it, right? But definitely not in where they're placing it, and who's allowing it to be placed where it's placed. But weird, sad. Can't say it wasn't unexpected. Sure, there'll be more of that stuff here in the next few months as the elections ramp up and campaigns ramp up. I'm waiting for or what comes from that, from the left, the wokadoodles. Okay, so then we have that. But what else is going on? I'm trying to think of the news right now. Heard an interesting conversation about dimensions yesterday, and how many dimensions there are, or they think there are. Oh, that reminds me. Anybody hear about Tucker Carlson and his Joe Rogan long-form interview? I haven't listened to it yet, but I've heard about it. Apparently, he thinks something about that there are aliens or interdimensional creatures that are living under our Earth or something. I heard something about it today. That was on Tucker Carlson's interview with Joe Rogan. I have to probably check that one out. Probably it might be worth listening to when I'm coding today. Tucker's kind of interesting, but I want to hear what the context of the story was in, because if that's what he really believes, then that's another person. You have to wonder about his sanity. I'm going to take it that what I'm hearing is just out of context. Probably some weird little discussion they were having. Him and Joe Rogan, these long 3-hour long form interview discussion podcasts that he has. Used to like Joe Rogan, but most of the stuff that he's got on there is just not interesting to me. I mean, I don't care about MMA enough to listen to all that drone on, or a lot of it. But occasionally he gets a good guest on, or I hear something that's interesting, or I'll flip through. But I used to flip through to see who his guests were. I don't even do that anymore, because a lot of it's just, drugs, or this whatever it is, ayahuasca, whatever it is, drug stuff, drugs and enlightenment, and so that's the '60s all over again. We're living the '60s all over, except we're living the '60s even more altered, aren't we? Oh, for those of us that have some remembrances of the '60s, '70s. Okay, so I don't know what else. Gosh, this is a nice day out here. I just wanted to go out and kind of recharge from all this crap I've been going through, particularly the last week or two with having to work on all this coding and all this busy work, and trying to figure out other things. But I think that's it for the day. I don't know what else to say, but other than, man, it's weird. Really curious what people are thinking about. Let's talk about Title IX. Who's thought about Title IX? Who listened to, has followed along with Biden's new Title IX things that go into effect in August with schools that take federal funding, and how he's pandering to the LGBY, XYZ, FBQ, potato, pineapple crowd. You know, have you heard about this? You know, about this so-called going to really protect the wackadoodles. You see what it's going to do, and how this whole thing that's going on with that, these protection things that he's going to put into Title IX, change, get rid of the Trump stuff that actually did protect people, women. I mean, the assault on women. I mean, women. Why are you so enamored with Biden and the Democrats? They are so horrible for you. Real women, not the wackadoodles, not the wokadoodle men who think they're women, but real, honest to goodness, genetic women. You know, with what Biden's doing, or I shouldn't say Biden's doing it, Biden's handlers, whoever's running the presidency. It's certainly not Biden. Biden can't form a sentence anymore, a cogent sentence. I don't know. I don't know if I had kids, whether I would recommend they go to a school, or whether they just go to some vocational school, or some kind of vocational training, or I'd say go to the military, but I wouldn't send my kids to the military right now. Wouldn't recommend that. Man, federal money's in the school system, man. It's just nothing but corruption. It's taken a long time, but that whole system's corrupt. Remind me to tell you sometime about my experiences with the school system now. I'm going through it again. It's crazy. It's not for the students. School is not there for the students. It's a money grab by the admin there, and the instructors. It's a money grab, and they're using the students in every which way to grab that money, and at the same time they're harming the kids. I shouldn't say the kids, because nobody there's a kid per se, harming the student population, and unfortunately most of them are kids, and they're easily duped. They don't know what's going on, but yeah, that is probably a good topic too. What I'm seeing in the school system, and why I don't think it is. Why I don't think the school systems. Why I should say why I think you should give pause before you let your kids go to a school that is tied to federal funding. There are a few out there that don't, or if you do, get them in and out as quick as possible. Give them some education and schooling, and get them started. And you don't need college now for a lot of stuff. You can get just some basic skills and get started in a field you want. You can pick everything else up outside of school now. I know in the tech industry, a lot of these places don't even care that they don't care if you have a degree or not. They just want to know if you can do the job. You know, if you're a programmer, do you understand the languages? Do you understand the algorithms? Can you function? Kind of like your own apprenticeship, right? You just need that. You just need enough contacts to get that first job, and then off you go. I mean, from that standpoint, it's not a better time in civilization to learn, to gain skills on your own. I don't know. You know, higher education might be becoming more and more meaningless, except for a few fields, and a few things. I think a lot of it now is pretty meaningless. Well, of course we know that. Look at some of the courses of study that are out there that are just worthless, extracting money, and they're from people, and they are lining their own pockets. The admin, school systems, um, and they're controlling people. They're going through them, you know, whatever. Uh, Either we'll figure this out or we won't, right? So that's all about Title IX. I got to do some reading on it. I mean, under the guise of protecting the XYZ LGB whatever. Pick 27 initials, put them in any combination, and it's probably right, because who knows what this all is anymore. But under that guise of protecting them, those that kind of woke crowd, they basically took protections away from women, made it harder for women. There's some weird things that are going to happen, and quite frankly, kind of really curious as to what happens, because I see a couple of things happening down the road where it gets turned against women and these woke people that think they're going to be protected. Stupid idea. It's Biden's administration. You know, I used to say that. Carter was the worst president ever. And yada yada yada. And we've had a lot of bad presidents lately, for one reason or another. Carter was a big one. I think Clinton was good compared to a lot of the stuff that's out there now. And Clinton was, at least Clinton was good for business. But I mean, then you had Obama, which was worthless, pretty bad president. Did a lot of damage to the Constitution, and advanced that narrative forward. But Jesus Christ, Biden. I mean, the amount of damage he has done. I mean, he has sent a wrecking ball through our country. 3.5 years. How can people? I mean, and you got people that are going to vote for this senile man. In what, 6 months? And they're happy to be voting for him. Did you see him when he was talking about the cannibal stuff? I think it was the cannibal stuff. He was saying something at some rally. His rallies are horrible, right? He doesn't get anybody there, not like Trump. By the way, Trump's going to be down in North Carolina today. Be interesting to go to that one with everything that's going on in his life right now. I'm sure it's going to be a humdinger. I think it starts around 7 o'clock Eastern, so probably worth watching. Probably must-see TV. So anyway, what were we just talking about? Oh, Biden. I mean, there's got to be a correction, right? Somehow or another. It doesn't seem like it though, does it? Just gets nuttier and nuttier. The evil gets emboldened. I don't know. I'm not religious, but if I was religious, I'd be praying to a God right now. Maybe thinking this is the end. This is the prophecies. I don't know. I don't know. But well, that's it. That was just a little thing. I need to get back onto my day and go look at some study guides for Python. Go take the certification and do a little bit of coding. So that's it. If you like this, what you see, like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you want to yell at me, tell me I'm wrong, tell me I'm right. I don't care. I'll read the comments. I'll respond to them. I don't care. People are people, right? Everybody has an opinion. So with that, say have a great day. Good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are. And till next time, Bits and Bobs, we're out.